entrepreneurs. So join us Saturday, December 13th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Columbia City Theater. Together we thrive. Holiday Market. Shop local, build community, create legacy.
Wow, it's Traffic Jam with Kareem.
Thursday at 4 p.m.
Hey, Traffic Jam. Rainier Avenue Radio. Download the app so you don't miss out what's popping, what's cracking, what's happening. It's your boy, Cream the Dream, on another beautiful week on here on Traffic Jam in Seattle. I hope you guys doing what you're supposed to do, being supposed to be. I got a good show for y'all. A lot to talk about. You know, Kareem the Dream, keep up with everything.
Get your entertainment news with Kareem on the Traffic Jam Thursday at 4 p.m.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Queen Bree, inviting you to come join me on Clean Greens Living. Broadcasted Tuesdays, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. On Clean Greens Living, we talk farming, community, and ways to being healthy. So come join me and let's discuss ways to create a healthier you and a healthier community.
A teacher who hurt their back and got prescribed opioids. A daughter trying to cope with a loss in the family. A friend silently struggling, thinking they'll be a burden if they ask for help. People with addiction come from all walks of life, and the truth is they stand a better chance at recovery with our support. Reaching out and sharing local resources can make all the difference. Don't count them out. More people recover with support. Find more ways to help at supportaddictionrecovery.com. That's supportaddictionrecovery.com.
You know you can't get enough of Rainier Avenue Radio. .world.
Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining another episode of Real Estate and Money. And we are coming at you right now. My name is Tina Lombard. I'm one of your hosts, and Violeta Strash will be right on. But how's your holiday season coming? We're now in the full swing of good old Christmas and New Year's Eve. Thanksgiving is behind us. So now we're going to be talking about other things, more fresher things regarding the end of the year and what to look forward to the beginning of the year. So me and Violeta thought that, right now there are a lot of insurance issues going on. I know in Washington State there's a lot of flooding going on. Now ask yourself, are you prepared? Are you prepared insurance-wise for insurance? If you should have a flood, if you should have a leak in the ceiling, if your walls are destroyed by leaking water, if water has gone down your drywall, what is it that you do? Are you covered with insurance? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, I know Violeta is somewhere on here. I just got off the Zoom call with her, but she is going to be talking to you about some of the insurance companies that she uses and what you should be looking for.
Okay.
So Violeta, there you are. Yes, there she is. Great. Okay, so how are you? There you go. Perfect. Right there. Right there. So V,
hello, everyone.
So we're just telling everybody, I was telling everybody that, we're past Thanksgiving. That's behind us now. Now we're looking forward to Christmas. Now we're looking forward to New Year's Eve. And when we come around New Year's Eve, we want to make sure that our insurance for the year is intact and it is good. And, Violeta came to me earlier and she was saying, hey, Tina, there's a lot of flooding going on here in Washington. So maybe we should talk about insurance.
Yeah. And one thing, let me talk a little bit about that flooding going on here. We have a lot of rivers in the area. We're surrounded by water. So there are coastal waters flooding the coastal cities, but we have a lot of rivers, streams that are cresting. So that means they're going over the bank of the rivers like the Snoqualmie, the Skykomish, the Snohomish rivers have been flooded by the excessive rain that we've had. Yes. And so there are areas that need to pay attention to what's happening in their little towns. And, you can get damage in your crawl space if it comes up over the bank and crack the foundations, mold and moisture seeping in. And what else? It's just the weather has been to the extreme, and I know it's going to stop pretty soon, but there's still a lot of people that have been affected. If they tell you to get out of the area, get out. Don't wait until everything is flooded and you have to swim somewhere, or get on your flooded car and wait for people to come by and help you. And that's always the case. And things get crazy. And you need insurance, because the standard homeowners policies don't cover natural disasters like this, right, Tina?
Doesn't.
So,
right, it doesn't. And so,
the climate change warning.
I mean, it's something.
FEMA. Find out what FEMA is doing. King County apps that tell you about areas that are being affected by the rain and flooding of the rivers. Stay in touch with what's happening in your neck of the woods, because insurance, if you don't have flood insurance, it's not going to cover this kind of stuff. So go ahead and talk about the insurance, Tina.
No. Well, I was going to show you really quick. So I have a link up here. It's to the Weather Channel here in the Seattle area. So Daniel, I don't know if you can look at that really quick. But we've experienced rain for this last week, and the flooding's coming. But if you look at this this link, it's with the 10-day weather forecast for the Seattle area. But it predicts another 10 days of rain. Let me see.
Oh, I thought it was
got that
up.
But like
on Saturday.
Tomorrow,
more.
Tomorrow there's going to be rain. Yeah, 90 or Sunday. That was a thing. But there's 97%.
I didn't say anything.
There's a 9% on tomorrow, and there's 70% chance of rain on Thursday. Friday, 18%, but then again on Saturday, 38%. On Sunday, 60%. And so 60% for the rest of the week, next week also. So if you do have flooding right now, you can only imagine it's going to get worse. So what are some of the things that you mitigate? What do you do? A lot of times most insurance providers are actually, it is by law that, let me see if we get that out here. You got the weather report there, Daniel? Okay. Yeah, so Daniel's going to bring up the weather report. But, by law, we have to make sure that you have insurance. That's to secure your property. If you have a home that you're buying for $900,000, if anything should happen to it, it has to be insured for that amount. So you can see here, the weather, like tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, we want to make sure that there's enough coverage. So should a catastrophe hit, that you are covered. If your house is completely damaged, we want to make sure there's a replacement cost, or at least another $900,000 on your house. So if you owe $700,000 on your house, and your house should be tragically annihilated, you want to make sure you are insured to at least cover the balance of your house, so that the mortgage lender is, they're paid back or what have you. But so everything is paid off. So we demand to have the right insurance. So a lot of times, if somebody has a home and their insurance lapse, they don't pay the insurance for whatever reason, and they lose their insurance, we will assign them insurance. We will assign them insurance to take the place. And a lot of times the insurance that we assign is twice as much. It is very expensive. So let's say somebody is paying $200 a month in insurance. If for whatever reason you don't pay it, we're going to make sure that we cover our asset. So we will assign insurance to you for $400 a month, because we don't know when you're going to be paying it again, right? So the reasons why a lot of mortgage companies require insurance is to protect your assets. Now, there is another national law that's out there, and it's the National Flood Insurance. Whenever you do a house, whenever you buy a house, the appraiser and operations, we make sure that you're not in a designated flood zone. If you're in a flood zone, then a lot of times you are required to have flood insurance. Let's just say, for instance, Chehalis, a lot of times, or Marysville, it'll just flood. Or parts of Snohomish, it'll just flood. You'll be underwater 1 or 2 feet. And we know that's always happening. And if you buy a house in that area, let's say the summertime, where it doesn't show the flooding, we actually would do a investigation to find out if that is a flood zone, if it's in a national flood zone. And if it's in a national flood zone, we can still do your loan, but your insurance is going to have to include mortgage insurance, or it's going to have to include flooding insurance. So that's what we would require. Now, a lot of times,
Tina, when in the process are you going to tell the home buyer that you need insurance before you close?
No,
you
day
tell
one.
them this? Oh, day
Yes.
one. So they
You
have
tell
to
them day one.
prove that they have the insurance, enough insurance. right? Day one.
Day one. Yes. And the reason why is that the insurance in most cases, and 80% of the time, the insurance is going to be paid in your mortgage. So you've got your principal and interest, then you got your property taxes and maybe some MI. Then you have your homeowner's insurance. And that homeowner's insurance can be anywhere from $100 to $300 a month. So the payment has got to be underwritten. So if you give us that payment 2 days before closing, and now your payments are, your loan is $4,000 a month instead of $3,800 a month, you may not qualify for a loan. So we tell people, as soon as you sign those disclosures, and as soon as appraisal is ordered, if you don't have insurance right now, whoever does your car insurance or your renter insurance, call them up and ask if they've got to get insurance from them. But we tell our clients from day one, you have got to get insurance. And when you figure out your insurance, let's say your premium is $1,500 a year, then we need that piece of paper that says your insurance binder is $1,500 a year, and we need to turn that into underwriting. And underwriting will approve that payment with your loan. So we tell people, and I'm telling you, it is the number one thing clients do not get, and we have to track them down. And it's in the back of people's heads, and they don't realize the importance of it. And a lot of times people will say, "Hey, don't get scared. Call your person who takes care of your car insurance or your renter's insurance." It's easy. And I tell people, you got time to call 5 or 6 different insurance people and get a quote. A lot of times, if we see an insurance policy that is super exaggerated and we've not seen, we will take the loan and we will ask other insurance agents, and we'll ask you to go to other insurance agents and get a better quote. So we make sure that you're not overcharged on insurance. Now here's the thing, V. We get some clients with the exact same house, and one client's insurance will be like $300 a month, and the same client with the same loan is only $100 a month. So there are different factors that change your premium, and it could be a credit score. Sometimes we look at credit score. So now they're looking at credit score. And it could be because you've got, what do you got? You got earthquake insurance, you got flood insurance, you've got theft insurance, you've got, the color of your house insurance. You got all these bells and whistles. You don't need all these bells and whistles. We just required hazard insurance. So I tell a lot of people, and they come to me and they've got a premium of like $350 a month. And I'm like, what are you insuring? You got a Picasso or a Rolex somewhere? What are you insuring? They're like, well, we got this and that and that and this and that and this. I'm like, great, because you don't qualify for the loan. Your insurance payment is $300 a month, and it's bumped you out of your debt to income ratio. You don't qualify. And they're like, oh. And then I'll call up the insurance person. I'll say, look, I just require hazard insurance. Most banks only require hazard insurance. So when I ask, hey, give us a quote for hazard insurance, then it goes down to like $97 a month, and they qualify for the loan. Surprise, surprise. So I tell clients, I'm not asked for all the bells and whistles and all this crazy stuff. We just need hazard insurance. If you want to close out loan, you want to up your insurance later, that's fine. But we want to make sure the replacement cost is there. We want to make sure if there's a hazard, your home will be taken care of. Perfect. So a lot of times people, they'll get insurance, and in Seattle, it was notorious, or Washington State, a lot of people got insurance for their siding. A lot of people have got siding in Seattle that has mold underneath it. And the insurance companies paid out $40,000, $50,000 for people to replace the siding on their houses. And a lot of times, those people went to Tahiti, they went to the Bahamas, they went to Fiji, but they did not pay for that siding. And so a client will go in, and they'll do a home inspection, and sure enough, you can put your fist right through the wall because it's all deteriorated with mold. So a lot of times, it's important for you. A lot of times here, we have in Denver, we have a lot of hail damage, and so clients will get $50,000 for the roof, and I don't know what happens, but the roof is not fixed. Then they try to sell the house. They tell the listing agent, "Oh yeah, sure, everything's fine." And no, there's a hole in the roof or something crazy, And so make sure if you do have insurance and there is a claim, don't we'll find out. People will find out. We know you didn't fix the house. We can pull permits on your house to know that there was no roofer hired. If you do have insurance, it is for the safety of your home. It's not for you to go to France. Okay, it's for you to actually buy a mobile home or buy a sports car. It's for you to take care of your house. And so we do require hazard insurance. We are going to need the insurance before we close the loan. And we're going to make sure that we maintain your insurance, and we will be notified if your insurance lapses. Mm-hmm.
So Tina has she's taking care of my son's purchase of a home in Michigan. Mm-hmm. Did he get his insurance to you?
Not yet. Does he
know?
But he will. He will. Oh, he knows. He knows.
He
But,
knows. Okay.
Yeah,
you.
he's going through a home buyer class. It's going to drive that home. But a lot of times, clients they don't know. They're too busy getting us their W-2s or pay stubs and everything, and so it's a lot. But I've got some clients right now who've owned 5 or 6 houses and they still haven't gotten me the insurance, and we're closing next week, type of thing. So I don't think it's negligence. I think some people are trying so hard to get the other items in, they put insurance on the wayside. But guarantee you will know, because we won't close without it.
Okay. I'm gonna call him today. Get that insurance.
And a lot of times, V, let's say you've got 5 cars. Let's say you got 5 cars. All right. A lot of times, if you bundle your 5 cars with your homeowner's insurance, you're going to get a better rate. A lot of people don't realize that. They'll call Progressive Home Insurance, they'll call Safeco, they'll call whatever. And for military, I always tell them go to Geico. For whatever reason, they do get military benefits, but you want to call around. There's Goosehead out there. There's Liberty Mutual I've seen in Seattle. There's different things. You don't have to use just one insurance provider. You can call different insurance providers. And B, there are some places, some houses that are post and pier by the water, where the water's cresting. And sometimes they cannot find homeowners insurance easily. They have to call the different providers. Or sometimes they're way in the mountain and there's a fire hazard because there's no fire stations anywhere in the area. So sometimes you have got to get specific insurance. So here in Colorado, in the foothills by the mountains, a lot of these beautiful mansions and beautiful homes cannot get insurance. If they do find insurance, it's like 2 or 3 times more than the average person.
Wow.
So when you buy your house, if you're in the outlying areas, you want to make sure you look at that insurance, because you can qualify for a home. Then we get your insurance, it's $800 a month, and you're like, oops, so you want to make sure that your insurance is provided immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why would you be denied insurance?
Yeah. You could be denied insurance because you got that $40,000 drywall check and you took off to Tahiti with it. So a lot of times insurance companies will look at your background. They'll find out, are there claims on the house that you had? Those claims unpaid. Sometimes it's credit, You haven't paid anybody on time, so you're not going to pay that insurance premium on time. So, or you have a house that you can't get insurance for it. It's a fire hazard. It's on the edge of a river. There's no post and pier. There's just stuff like that. Sometimes the house cannot get insurance, and you have to buy cash. There's some places in California now. They have a California state fund where the state has an insurance pool everybody puts money into. Parts of Florida. Florida, legally, you don't need insurance in Florida. You do not have to have insurance in Florida.
Really?
We don't have to give you a loan there either. But
there's a lot of disasters that happen in Florida, right? Hurricanes?
They just can't. And even California, they can't get insurance.
Wow.
And so even though we have insurance and we complain about insurance, a lot of times it's a blessing to have insurance. My deductible is like $3,000. You don't have to have a $500 deductible. But like my deductible is $3,000, so the rates go down. If you have a $1,000 deductible, the rates are going to go up. Yeah. So you can find that sweet spot for you to adjust. But we came like last year in June, about 8 houses in my neighborhood, we all got hit with hail the size of like walnuts. And just destroyed my entire roof, and everybody here destroyed their roof. And my insurance came in, they took care of it. I had some windows that needed fixing, and my deck was kind of ruined. But they came in and they took care of everything. And now I've got a roof that is hail resistant. Oh. And now I get like 20% off on all my insurance policies for the house because I've got the hail resistant roof. And so my insurance just went boom. It saved me like $300 a month.
What about your solar panels? Is that
solar panels? It doesn't really affect insurance that much. It's more of an energy thing. It's more of an energy thing for me.
Okay. Yeah. Did they get broken or whatever with the hail?
Those things are made of some type of alien Titanic. I don't know what's going on. I have 22 pounds and they were not. I don't even know. But Stardust, I don't know what it is, but they were fine. They had to take off. It was like $6,000 to have somebody come and take it off, then fix the roof, then somebody come, put it back on. And of course, the insurance paid for that. Oh. The insurance paid for that. Really? So, if I didn't have insurance, or or if you lapse on your insurance,
Mm-hmm.
that's just not good. You'll never lapse on a mortgage insurance because we'll come in there and say, oh no, and we will slam some insurance on you because when we do mortgages, we tell the insurance company like Allstate, we'll say we are the lender, we are the insured on this, we are the mortgagee on it. So if the insurance lapses, they will call us and say, hey, you didn't pay the insurance this month. Now, a lot of times when you close a loan, we usually collect 14 months of insurance. So let's say your insurance is $200 a month. Okay. So 200 times a year, 12 months. So that's 2,400 plus another 2 months. So now that's like, $2,800. So we've got 12 months to hunt you down. So if you miss a payment, we will hunt you down. We'll say, hey, your payment hasn't been made or what have you. But a lot of times we'll have reserves so that when you make your mortgage payment, we actually pay the insurance for you. So you'll never be behind.
Okay.
If you're late on your mortgage, but if you're late on your mortgage, you're going to eventually be late on your insurance. But that's what we call a reserve. We will have 12 months worth of insurance. So if you should get beamed up by aliens, at least you have 12 months to get insurance before we tag it on there. But we will get notified.
That's great.
Yeah.
First-time home buyers, listen to that.
Yes. Yeah. So it's something I've got. I've got some adult family homes, adult care family homes. So where they have people, they have patients that live in the house, and it's adult care, and that calls for a different type of insurance because you have people living in there. So that's a different type of insurance. If you have a house that you live in, that's a different type of insurance than if you're in a rental property. Rental property is going to have a different type of insurance.
Right. Okay.
So one size doesn't fit all. If you've got a 2,400 square foot house that you're living in, it's going to be different than a 24 square foot rental property. It's just a lot of things, a lot of variables there. So
what if you have a duplex?
Same thing too. I mean, you're not next door. You're not next door.
So you are say you're living next door and you're renting the other place. So that's two different insurance. One is renter's insurance.
No, it's the same insurance policy, but there's somebody living next door. So it's not just your primary residence. You're more likely to pay your mortgage. Then you're more likely to pay the rental property, because you don't care if you get kicked out of your rental property, but you care if you get kicked out of your house. So a lot of times it's a different risk factor. Investment property, it's a little riskier than your primary property, because people will always take care of their home first.
Right.
So I tell people, a lot of times I've got my clients who've got 5 or 6 homes. They have 1 or 2 insurance agents, and they take care of all their homes. They just say, hey, look, I'm buying another car. I'm buying another house. You just plug it in, and they'll do that for you. But I want everybody to know that you've got to consider insurance, because it'll make a big difference in your monthly payment, and how you're insured. Here our danger is hail. That's the biggest thing. It'll destroy your cars, your roof, everything. Seattle was more flooding.
Yes, and then erosion. Landslides happen, like the big Oso thing a few years ago. People lost their homes, their lives, whatever. It's just, you don't know what disaster is going to come your way. And here, a lot of moisture, a lot of rain, and California earthquakes, that kind of
fires.
thing. Fires
like Santa Monica. Try getting insurance in Santa Monica now.
Eastern Washington, we have a lot of fires. Wherever it's dry, so whatever condition is in your neck of the woods, pay attention to that and make sure you're covered with earthquake. If you have a brick home, chances are the brick facade of your home will fall apart or crack, and whatever that needs to be covered. It's your home.
Yeah, people don't realize that. They look at the same house, stick built, just wood, and this one is brick. And they're like, what's the difference in price? Let's go with the brick. It's so much cheaper. I don't know why. Then the insurance comes, bam, that payment is higher. The lower payment of the house plus the insurance. Over here, you pay a little higher, but the insurance is less. So, I tell people, you really need to talk to an insurance agent when you talk to a realtor, and find out what the insurance is. There's parts here in Colorado where it's the foothills, and it's all these mansions and all these mucky rich people, Boulder County and Evergreen, and they can't get insurance. Something happened, I think it was 2 years ago. This whole chunk of land is considered a hazard for insurance. So they lost all their insurance, all their policies gone. And I think there's some outlying areas, like in Issaquah and stuff, where that's happening too, where they're like, okay, we're no longer carrying you. We're not going to carry you anymore. So, so when you buy a house, look at it. I know you want to live out in the woods, you want to live, whatever, away from crazy people. But what's going to happen to your insurance? Are you going to get insurance? What's going to happen when you don't have insurance anymore on your mortgage, and then we instill insurance on your house? And it's twice as much. So, consider all that. Don't just say, I just want to buy a house somewhere. What's the insurance like? And is there a fire station within 1 mile or whatever it is? Within 1,000 yards, is there a fire hydrant within 1,000 miles of my front, 1,000 feet of my front door? These are all the questions they ask you. They ask you, do you have a dog in the house? Do you have what kind of dog is it? Is it a bulldog? Is it a pit bull? They ask these questions. They say, do you have fire extinguishers in your house? Where are they? They ask, do you have a smoke detector in your house? Where is it? Do you have an alarm in your house? Where is it? They ask you all these questions, so be prepared. Is there a fire hydrant within 1,000 feet of that front door? And if it's like 5,000 feet, your insurance is going to go up. If you've got a vicious pit bull, don't tell the insurance agent, I got a vicious pit bull, because guess what? Your insurance went through the ceiling. Or better yet, you better just get the little, get the little Labrador or whatever.
Chihuahua.
Which is even worse, I know, yeah. But all these things come into effect, So you got to consider that. You want to get a pit bull, yeah, great. You're going to pay up the yin yang, and if you don't tell them that you've got a pit bull and you get insurance, and then somebody gets bit by your pit bull, all bets are off. Yeah, so consider all that when you buy a house.
And you want to view home on a cliff side, with a ravine down below or a beach down below. And again, if that cliffside is not secured by rocks or netting or whatever, and it erodes, your view is getting, you'll have your view, but that land is eroding right in front of your face.
Yeah, and we find this. We find that stuff out for you. We pull, insurance companies will pull permits. They will find out when you don't even have to ask them when that roof was rebuilt. The number one thing they ask you is, how old was the roof? How old was the roof? And if you go, oh yeah, it's only 2 years old, they'll look and they'll say, well, we don't see in county records, so there was a permit filed to fix that roof. The last one was 32 years ago. So, they will ask you about the roof and everything else. So, take care of your home. Even when you sell it.
And buyers, look through the seller's disclosure, all of it, with fine-tooth comb, because everything should be noted, whether it's, a former leaking of the roof, or, water lines that have been repaired. Why? You want to know infestations of rodents or insects. You want to know all of that. So make sure you actually read through the seller's disclosures. So because you'll find out a lot of things.
Right. And lenders don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the seller disclosure. Please don't send me stuff. Yeah. Because there's things on there that the appraisal won't find and we will find, but it's in there in black and white, the seller's disclosure, and you deal with it. But it'll stop alone. So we don't need to see it. But you want to see your seller disclosures. Okay. Unless we ask. Yeah.
Don't send Tina anything except the purchase and sale.
Purchase and sale.
No other documents.
I don't need anything else. If I ask for it, great. If I don't volunteer it. Yeah, I'll stop it, but my processors will be like, "Oh no, let's just put it in." No, no. But you got some announcements, V? We got some announcements.
I don't. Do you?
Yes.
Do you
okay.
It
says here. It says shop local this Christmas. Yeah. It says shop local this Christmas at the Together We Thrive Holiday Market being held at the Columbia City Theater this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Oh. And we're actually having a holiday party at the theater this Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. You're welcome to bring your family, V. So yes, Together We Thrive Holiday Market. Tis the season. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, always buy local. Support your small businesses in your area. That's always the best thing, right?
Oh yes, yes, and your restaurants. I know everybody's going out.
Anything you do, shop your area. Take care of your community first, right?
And I miss Columbia City. I support all the bakeries, all the foods, and the little Filipino coffee shop around the corner in Columbia City.
Yeah.
Ube lattes, yeah. So
Okay,
anyways,
are we out
yeah,
of time? I think we're done, right?
we're done. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank
if
you
you have
all
any
for joining us today on Real Estate and Money. I'm Violeta Strash with Coldwell Banker Danforth. And my lovely co-host is
Yes,
Say who you
Tina.
are.
Mhm. Tina Lombard with Texana Bank.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you all.
And
We'll
Daniel,
see
our
you
producer, thank you so
Tuesday,
much. Okay.
2:30. Thanks.